Alright, this is the one, guys. I'm feeling it this time. Haha, welcome back. We are going through Sniper Elite, Nazi Zombie Army, the second one, and we are doing Terminal today. And I say that the third time's the charm because this recording has been the one that has caused me a massive amount of problems. So this is no longer a blind playthrough for this level specifically, because I know pretty much exactly what's coming up at every turn. I've had to do this 3 or 4 times now due to technical difficulties and other issues, so we'll see if we can get it right one of these times. So that guy back there, we saw a summoner appear out of nowhere, kind of cool. Really reminds me of what the Fear series did. Kind of some of their little jump scare techniques with Alma, the little girl from all the promotional stuff, if you've never played it. And also, if you've never played it, it's actually a really good series, and I highly recommend it. At least the first one. It may not have aged that well graphically, but it's still fairly good. They do a very good job, similar to this game, to create stress by having a juxtaposition between things that you can easily deal with, which are the normal enemies in that game, and things that you cannot easily deal with, which are the supernatural things. And in some cases, I guess, there are big old mechs in that game too, so it's being ill-prepared for dealing with that is kind of frightening in its own right. Alright, so here we're just going to let our heart rate get a little bit lower, because we're going to have to deal with 2 things that are very stressful right here. There's stressful thing number 1, here's stressful thing number 2. So we're going to slow things down and hopefully be able to take a lethal-ish shot. Nope, we are not. Alright, let's focus on the secondary thing then. Oops, and I always forget that's a thing that happens. Alright, and this guy I figured out in the course of my... Oh, nope, he killed himself. Perfect, good. Okay. So I actually have figured out about that guy what his kind of weakness is, I guess. After he does his little explosion that summons all of the zombies, that's the only time where he's vulnerable. So you have to kind of wait for that, bait the attack out, something like that, and then you can take him out. So actually, no, I don't think that... I'm convinced that taking out the summoner first is going to be the right move. And we have our loadout to abuse the fact that we know that there are 2 grenades there. Alright, so there is our summoner friend. And we'll see if we can actually get the lethal shot off, which we did, and that should help a lot. So there we go. Alright, then we have to wait for this guy to do his explosion. Which means that we can chuck 2 of those over at him, and that should take him out, which it did. So yep, so you only need a single grenade to kill him as long as he is vulnerable. So that's very good to know at this stage in the game. And that cost all of my machine gun ammo to do there, so kind of dumb, but we have plenty of place to get some more. So now we just have to fend off from the right-hand side. Oh, I was crouched. And I think I figured out this time around, finally, that a lot of the scope sway that I was experiencing can be kind of mitigated by taking a crouch stance, which... this is the worst time to be saying it, but helps out my accuracy a little bit. Just because it makes it so it's a more consistent placing of the scope. You don't have to adjust for the scope and the zombie's head bob. Plus, it lets you regen your lung meter, so there's that. And then more zombies come up from behind, so you just have to switch sides. That's the reason I was focusing on clearing out over there. Now we'll get some more ammo, get back to our crouch stance, and take out this side of things. So yeah, this section now, with those 2 guys dead, pretty much neutered. This level actually can be a little bit frustrating. As we saw that death back there, it was totally my fault, 100%. Shouldn't have been standing so close. Shouldn't have taken so much damage from those guys. I shouldn't have died. But no, there's some stuff where it's just like you want to go and blame the game for it, but you really can't. That was definitely one of them. Alright, let's slow things down to get a few well-placed headshots, just because we're finally using our breath meter there. So as you can see, that helps a lot. It reduces the amount that their head sway comes into play. So, useful to do, I suppose. And that should get us more or less refilled on our machine gun, which is good. And they do something really nasty up here, which I'm rather fond of, because we see a safe room door, and so every other time in the game we've learned, oh, that means it's safe. Nope, not this time. Chuck Testa. I mean, there's an exploding guy. And then we come in here and there's minimal ammo and supplies, and there are in fact zombies somewhere. There's one. Like, I know they're in here. So you don't actually get a safe room. Just kind of a neat little mental screwing with that they do for you. I mean, it's not like you're super looking forward to the safe rooms. It's just masking the loading screen a little bit, but it's still something different that they did. Alright, now we've got a sniper up there, so I'm just trying to juke around a bit to avoid damage from him, but it doesn't really matter. Go ahead and take him out. And there's our real safe room. So let's load up, load out, and head on in. It's the only way. Alright, and which part of the level are we on to now? I feel so bad that I actually know everything that's coming up, but I'd feel worse if I put out any of the previously recorded things. Oh, is that a gold bar? Yes, it is. Well, at least there's that. Because, you know, if you're gonna die, just leave your gold on the toilet. Alright, we've got a guy up here. It was terrible pathing, and I don't think we'll ever actually come down from those stairs. And some guys in here who just make terrible life decisions and shamble towards the guy with the pistol that can blow up a face in quite a gruesome way. I mean, I've heard about how gruesome exit wounds can be, but I don't think entry wounds are ever that bad. And we can blow up the tank to get all them. It blows up again. Boom. Yeah. So just something to look out for, I guess. And now we get to set our enemies up the bomb. Which, first time around, I thought seemed like a terrible idea. Simply by the virtue of, I don't know what size bomb that is. Like, is it going to go off in 10 seconds? 10 minutes? And will it blow up, you know, a small chunk of wall? Or is it a nuclear explosion that will take out half the city? That seems something that's kind of relevant to know. Which maybe my character would know, but I certainly did not. So then this... basically it's just a somewhat confined area with lots of zombies. There's no special infected, no tricks or anything like that. The worst that we get are some grenade guys who spawn from over here. It's not that bad. And when dealing with hordes in this kind of area, I don't know, it reminded me of just American football a little bit. And it's like you're just kind of looking for where the gap is in their defense, so that way you can run through. Just occasionally trying to switch it up. Just that way, after they've, it's like right here, yeah, they've been kind of baited towards that side, so just run through to the other side. And I didn't know if that guy was going to come from over there, which is good to know. And just find another gap, move our way through. Sounds like there might be another grenade guy. I just don't feel like sniping because it's kind of muddy, it's uneven texture, meaning that it's kind of hard to line up where the shots are going to go. Alright, there's our next grenade fellow. Got him taken down, and I do actually want to go through that way after he blows up. So we actually created another wonderful gaping hole in the zombie defense. And hopefully this guy has some machine gun ammo. But naturally he does not. It would make my life easier, they're not going to give it to me. Alright, I should probably be switching to the pistol now to conserve the last of that ammo. As I, just waste pistol ammo left and right. But it all works out in the long run, because there should be only 1 or 2 left. Which I'm not seeing. Ollie Ollie Oxenfree? There he is. And then as it turns out, this bomb is a very small explosion for a bomb. I guess it would be fine for taking out like a tank or a location, but probably not much else. And that brings us to the subway, where we can eat flesh. Alright, this is another section very similar to the last one, where the majority of what we're doing is just going to be kiting. And because we've been playing this game, we know exactly how to kite. So this is all going to be about, precise shots that I've been known for all throughout. See, it's those kinds of pinpoint accuracy that people have been coming to watch this for. So basically the name of the game is to clear out more in front of you in the time that it takes for them to sneak up behind you. And if you can't, then just run past, and then they join the zombie train behind. Now I'll switch back over to this, get some quick shots off. I kind of caught myself starting slightly to one side of their head, and then just sweeping over it, and I don't know, it's probably not the ideal strategy for it, but it seems to work out relatively nicely. Not so much with anything except with the machine gun, but it pretty much guarantees that in a 3-bullet spray that you're going to hit the head. At least for me it does. Because my accuracy is less than stellar, as you may have noticed. Which we're actually going to get to see some pretty amusing examples of that coming up, because it's going to be put to the test by some snipers, along with other enemies. There we go. And this safe room is also a trap, but not as dickish as the other one. I don't know if I mean, you're probably not seeing a safe room and running over to it, but if you did, that one sure would have been a bit of a mix-up for you. But no, this one's just guarded by some skeletons. And pistol, definitely preferred weapon for me to take them out. I'm not quite sure why that is. This feels like it's the most efficient at it for whatever reason. Could be anything. It could even be a boat. Alright, and we are at Dick section number 1. So this is a place where my precognizance is going to be a little bit helpful. And this will also be a place where I may die once or twice. But basically, there are going to be some of those screaming zombies rushing up this way. So we're going to want to have a little bit of protection against them. So I'm going to put several traps. in order to try and prevent that from happening. We'll get one more right here, and hopefully that'll be in space to go off. And then I'm going to come back here, and I honestly don't think that this will work, and it could hurt me in the long run to do this, but I'm going to put a landmine dynamite trap, because the landmine will in fact trigger the dynamite. So we have a turret section, and yeah, I'm not going to risk anything else. You can put the dynamite closer, but it will actually kill you. So, you know, keep that in mind. Alright, so this is the turret section. This is really annoying, because if you had multiple people, this wouldn't be a problem. This 100% would not be an issue. But if you're playing by yourself, like you can in this game, because it's advertised that you can play single player, then you basically... It's not really lucky. Well, it's a little bit lucky. I've gotten unlucky with it before, I'll say that much. And there are the main reason why this is going to be a pain. So we've got the screaming guys, we've got zombies that'll come up from behind, and we've got one of the large fire guys. So pretty much, we need to take out the zombies that he uses for food, so that way they don't rush us, as is happening here. And we need to take out these screaming guys, so that way they don't blow us up from behind. And then, you know, if there's any time left, take out the guys behind us. Alright, so now he should be vulnerable, so we should be able to take him out with a turret. Except for there's a screaming guy. Just looks like we've got him now. Take out the zombies around this guy. Alright, and now hopefully they'll explode one more time and we can just focus him down. There we go. Okay. That wasn't so bad. Alright, and then there are probably still a few stragglers left on the ground, so we're not going to go back the way that we planted all those traps, because if we run into a zombie going through our own trap, then obviously that's going to kill us. So, by comparison to how some of my other runs went, that was incredibly clean. That can get super messy if some of those screaming on fire guys get up to you. The guys who explode can run up directly behind you while you're on the turret, which it won't kill you all the way, but it makes it so that the next thing to touch you does kill you, and it also knocks you off the turret. So, I don't know, it's a little bit annoying that way. And there's actually one more section that's kind of similar in how obnoxiously designed for one person it is. If you had two people playing it, it would be super, super easy. But for the solo zombie enthusiast, it was actually a bit of a pain. So I'm relieved to have it have gone as easy as it did. And they're coming up a little closer than I'd like them to be, so we'll thin out the horde a little bit. This is actually giving me so much pain that I was thinking about last night. I got maybe more drunk than is recommended. I was drinking at home, so it wasn't dangerous to anyone except for myself. But I was like, maybe I could just do this level drunk, and that would entertain me while I was doing it, and everyone else. Alright, now in this section, we actually can see we have snipers. Alright, there's one down, and then we'll just trigger the horde. And then there's another one. There we go, now he's down. So I think for right now we should just have to worry about dealing with the horde. Which I'm notoriously excellent at. Even with the help of slow motion and precise targeting. It actually does help a lot to do that, so I should have been using it a lot more in previous parts than I have been. it slows down the sway of their heads a significant degree, to where it makes it much easier to do. I actually realized, much to my own credit, I have not teabagged a single enemy in this whole game. Should be doing that more. They deserve it. The undead dicks. Also, similar to how the big guys seem to be a little bit less painful this time around. Those what is with that animation? It's so dorky. But I think that the grenade guys might have actually been neutered as well. But it's very hard to say. It's not like this game has patch notes. Although, it looks like, and I'm not showing this off because this game goes well with keyboard and mouse, that they actually added in 360 gamepad support recently. Oh, that's kind of cool. That means that I must have shot the grenade out of his hand or out of his belt. Now we're just going to let that guy blow up. That's what he wants. And actually, that sucked a little bit more than it should have. Because we didn't move away like that. The pro maneuver of letting things work themselves out. I'm sure it'll be fine. Alright, now we've got some more zombies to deal with. Didn't actually mean to switch weapons there, but I thought I'd make it look cool as long as I did. Where it was like the planned, like, last guy, pow! And fortunately I was able to actually hit him, or else it'd be a little bit embarrassing. Alright, so we're probably about 3/4 of the way done with this one. And everything's been going smoothly, which makes me so happy. And now we get to deal with 10,000 more snipers. Maybe a hyperbole. And the best place to do this is going to be from back here. And there's actually another reason for that, but I'll save that for later. Spoilers. This is probably about 1.5. Maybe just 1. We'll see where that lands. That looks like it was about 1 when I pulled it. And yeah, it was a little low. So let's do it right there. And that was perfect. And there's still at least 1 more. Got him. Got him. Alright, so now we get to reload. Oh, still 1 more. Because I think that the trigger for the next section is killing all of these guys. Which means that they're not total sadists. I should be using my little lung power thing, so let's do that. I don't think I can snipe him out of midair. That was a waste. There, I killed him, he's dead. You all saw it. It counts. Alright, so now, in a move of brilliant dickishness. Where is he? They unleash one of the big guys. There he is. So let's slow down to get our exact bullet location. Basically just so that we can lay into him. Because there is no backup plan if he makes it to our position. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But we had plenty of space to deal with him there, so not a problem. And nope, don't get to loot his corpse or dance on his grave. Dancing on your grave. Dancing on your grave. Yeah, Hitler's not a dick. Hitler was just a fantastic stand-up guy. Everybody knows that. Alright. So now, just have a little bit left to go before we make it to the ultimate dickish move. Which actually, I'm going to rescind my choice in weapons, given that I know what's coming up. Okay, I'm pretty sure that one was a headshot, but whatever. I'm aiming where they are instead of where they're going to be. That's my problem. Oh, actually, never mind. I forgot about this little section up here. Oh, but as a matter of fact, the pistol is perfectly poised for this particular section. Because that's where we want to go, but it's going to be blocked by like 1,000 skeletons. Of the possibly spooky and or scary variety. But this is not a problem for us, as we have the pistol, which is the perfect weapon for taking out skeletons. They keep doing that little guitar riff, and I love it, but I just wish that it would grow into something. Like, I want it to be like the music that they have in Bastion or Borderlands or something. Some B game with a cool guitar music. Take your choice. Binding of Isaac. No, wait, not that. Although it is a fantastic game, it does not have good guitar music. And I don't know why that guy's highlighted. I don't think you can kill him or anything. You just have to kill those 1,000 skeletons and then you're good. Alright, there's one more sniper coming up. Sniper, no sniping. I got off a witty quip and I shot him right in the eyeball. Pretty happy with how that one went. I mean, maybe not witty, but... like, if it were, okay, a one-liner in a movie, probably wouldn't be too proud of it. But as it stands, I'm okay with it. Oh, there's another one. Would you look at that? We traded shots, but I think that mine's a little bit better. Alright, let's switch to pistol here. Because this upcoming part, we are going to want to conserve the machine gun that we have for the last part of the level, basically. So a bit of spoilers on that. Which means that we could probably just be no-scoping these guys with the sniper rifle, but this is basically doing exactly that, so not to worry. So there's a 50% chance that the end of this level is going to go favorably. How's that for a spoiler? Actually, okay, so this will probably get us to the end of the level. I was thinking about this. So if you have a coin and you flip a coin twice, and this might be really dumb. So you flip a coin twice, you could have... actually, no, I'm not going to get into it because we're right here. We're right where I don't want to be. So... this is going to do me basically no good. It's basically one free life, but whatever. Yep, that did absolutely nothing. So now we have another turret section, except for this time around there's 2 turrets instead of 1. And we have to run back and forth to try and man them both. And there are going to be guys who are running up with grenades who are going to have to kill, and there's going to be a large guy with a machine gun who are going to have to deal with as well. So we somehow are expected to be able to deal with and prioritize all of that all the time while defending ourselves on basically 2 different fronts. It's an incredibly poor idea from a single player perspective. So I'm just going to try and take out as many of the guys on this front as I can. And switch it up, clear out the guys on the ramp, and then man the machine gun once again. So this is why we wanted to save our machine gun, is because accuracy is not the name of the game here. And there comes another screaming guy. Can't tell which direction. It's from the right. So now take out what's on the left. And there's going to be a guy respawning behind us. And I'm going to try and stick as close to this wall as I can, because at some point... Okay, so he's coming from this side. Crap. And he's basically already here, as is that guy. So now what we want to do is we want to pick up this Panzerfaust and pray that we know how to use it. And just get one grenade going there. See, what the hell was I supposed to do about that? I don't get what the logic is behind it. I don't get why they thought that would be a good idea. Like, they make you defend these two different fronts, and you don't have the time or the resources to get them both if you're a single player. So it basically winds up, if you get in a position where you can't machine gun down the big guy, that you just lose. And it's really kind of depressing, because the rest of the game hasn't really been built so that you get screwed over too bad if you're playing with two people. Or if you're playing with one person instead of two. It's just this, like, 2 sections ruining it for people who don't have the luxury of co-op. See, now I have to run back over here. Try and clear this out a bit. But they're already here. And there's already a screaming guy coming, and I don't know which side. It's this side. And I think that we're probably going to be dealing with a few more on this side now. So we have to clear that out. And then we'll see if the big guy's spawned over there yet. Because if he has, then we want to just be shooting him as much as possible. Alright, so now we got a guy coming from the other side. God damn it all! Oh, that's frustrating! I had it on the mine, which I thought I had placed before the checkpoint, but I didn't. So we'll place the mine there. That'll blow up that guy. We'll change to a grenade. Ah, God. This section of the game is so stupid. And I know it's just because I'm dying that I'm getting frustrated at it and going, well, this is just dumb. But from the perspective of a single-player game, it really is a terrible idea to put it in. Like, yeah, it's stressful, but it's stressful because it's cheap. Compared to every other section of the game, this is cheap. It forces you into a position where you can't use any of the pacing. You just have to kill all of the enemies. I have to switch over to this weapon, take out that guy. That blows him up. Let's see what we've got coming on this way. Take out as many of these guys as possible. Yep, and now I've got guys coming from this side. Because we can't defend ourselves from both directions. Because there's not enough time. Alright, now the big guy should be spawning soon, and I don't see him yet, which is a good sign. Okay, yep, there he is. Get off the turret. we've got the big guy down, so that should be more or less the end of the troubles for this, but as you can see, it's a very frustrating section. Also adding to the frustration is that you don't know which side that guy's going to come from. The large guy, not that singular last exploding guy. Just meaning that basically, I don't know. There's no retreat, there's no other option, you just have to either be lucky or good. I don't know what else to say. But we did it, so I guess there's that. So then we're able to get on our success train and ride out of here to the last level, which we will be doing blind. So hopefully there's nothing as frustrating as that coming up, but I guess we're gonna see next time. So there's our stats. 88 scoped headshots. So I will see you guys at the final level.